Tonight, I make a face. I sneeze live on camera. And I tell you about an unknown indie writer. His name is Alan Moore. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you've had a good week. I certainly have. I didn't expect to get so much traffic on my last video, but as of the last time that I'm looking, I have 47 subscribers now. My last video got more than 100 views. I think one of the big parts of that last video's success is the fact that it was hunting footage. People love seeing other people go out and seeing what they can find. So if you liked that last video, you will like this one. I did pick up, admittedly, some Captain America filler. It makes it into this video for just a brief amount of time, but the rest of the stuff that I got, it sort of fleshes out my collection, gives me some awesome reading material, and I'm really happy to add it to what I have. A little bit of backstory. Me, my wife, and some friends recently took a trip to Nashville because my wife and one of our friends wanted to go see Fall Out Boy. My wife is a big concert goer, and she springs for the VIP tickets. I like concerts, not quite that much. So I had a couple hours to do with what I pleased after I dropped them off. So naturally, I Googled comic book stores near me. I managed to go to two. The first one that you're gonna see is McKay's. This store had a huge selection of toys, electronics, Funko Pops you're gonna see if you're into that kind of thing, books, vinyl, CDs, but most importantly for me, they had a giant collection of comic books. Really well-priced books all in a row on the second floor of their store. The second place that I went to is called Great Escape. It was mainly a comic book store. They did sell CDs and vinyl and magazines and toys and things like that, but mainly it was a comic book store. They had some pretty neat wall books there that I didn't actually get any footage of, but they had an amazing back issue bin, and I got some pretty awesome stuff there. Go ahead and take a look, and then at the end of it, I will show you everything that I got from both locations. I didn't change shirts, you changed shirts. Gaslighting's not real, you made it up. So those places were both great for two different kinds of collectors. If you're somebody who loves rifling through budget books that aren't super organized, you just don't really know what you're gonna get, McKay's would be great for you. And if you're somebody that has an idea of what you're looking for, Great Escape was really, really well organized. And they had a new release box, which I always really appreciate because it helps me find new things that I wouldn't necessarily know to look for or pick up, like some of the stuff that I got. But let's go ahead and get into the books, and we'll start with McKay's. Now, I was able to pick up a ton of Captain America filler for 90 cents, most of which most people wouldn't be interested in. But there was one book, and it was this one, for 90 cents. This is Captain America Volume 2, number 21, and the thing that makes this interesting is for 90 cents, I got a Mark Waid signature. I already have a Mark Waid signed book, but it's always nice to be able to pick up a signature for cheap. So, Captain America Volume 2, number 21. I was also able to pick up this. This is Batman and Superman World's Finest, number 6. I owe Ricky from All Sorts of Words a thank you for this because the reason why I got it is because of that guy. I love dogs. I didn't know anything about crypto before I started watching Ricky's channel, but his video on crypto, which I should have linked right now, almost made me cry. And I've started looking for more crypto related books, like crypto covers and things like that. Super excited to pick this guy up. Awesome crypto cover. Batman and Superman, World's Finest, number 6. I was also able to get this guy. This isn't Avengers number 4, the actual book. This is obviously the True Believers reprint, but the story's the same. And I really, really enjoyed getting back to our Airbnb and cracking this open immediately and reading through it. It's really neat to be able to read a piece of history and not have to worry about a spine tick or a tear in a page. So, great reading material. Avengers number 4, True Believers reprint. The last comic book that I got of note is this. Spider-Man's Tangled Web number 4. Not a key, not anything significant financially, but if you are a Kingpin fan or a ground level villain fan, this is fantastic. Thrilling and suspenseful, and it really shows you just how powerful of a person Kingpin is. And you can find these books in dollar bins like I did for 90 cents. Spider-Man's Tangled Web number 4 Severance package. I did get two other things from McKay's. The first one is this, Captain America Essentials Volume 1. This collects Strange Tales 58 to 99, and I believe the first couple issues of Captain America. It's basically a black and white reprint of all of those stories. And I mean, yeah, it's beat up. It's definitely seen better days. But this sold new for $15. I bought it for $6.50, and it doesn't matter what it looks like. The stories are all the same, and the stories are what I'm here for. Captain America Essentials Volume 1. The last thing that I got at McKay's is from a little-known indie author, just on the off chance that you've heard of him. His name is Alan Moore. Obviously, he's a very well-known comic book author. So when I saw this, Saga of the Swamp Thing, Volume 1, for $7, I snatched it up immediately. I've been looking to read Alan Moore because I know how much of a legend he is in this space that we occupy, and this was the perfect opportunity for me to do that. It's a third printing. I don't care. I straight up don't care. The story's the same. I just like reading the stories. It's a really well-written story. The art is gorgeous and in that sort of classic style. It has amazing colors. It was just a really enjoyable read. I opened it and I read the entire way through it. It's just awesome, and I have the second volume on order right now. Saga of the Swamp Thing, Volume 1, third reprint. At Great Escape, I was able to pick up a ton of interesting back issues. The first three are these. These are Civil War tie-ins. We've got Iron Man, Captain America, Casualties of War, Civil War, The Initiative, and What If Civil War. One comic book goal that I forgot to mention in my first video is that I want to collect the entire Civil War story arc. Civil War was the first story that I remember seeing come out in comic book stores, and I really want to collect them all and own the entire thing. So this is a step on my journey to that. Iron Man, Captain America, Casualties of War. Same story here with Civil War, The Initiative. I don't know anything about the story in here, but I've seen this cover a lot. Had to have it. Saw it in a bin there and immediately picked it up. All right, now this book. What If Civil War #1. I'm a big fan of the What If series. I did not know that there was a Civil War What If comic. So I saw this and immediately picked it up. There's a sort of a narration bit that Ed Brubaker writes in between the two stories that are in here. And the art's really, really cool in those parts. How do I put this delicately? The first story in this book has art that reminds you that
God has abandoned us all.
When he speaks of our sins, his tongue will lash us to our very bones, and the art in this first story will remind you of that. It is abysmal. Take a look at this, and this, and this. It's all like that in that first story. I could not stop cringing at the horrible, horrible art. It's bad. It's very bad. But I need it for the run, so now I have it, I guess. I will probably never open this book again. I also found this guy, Deadpool The Circle Chase #1. I didn't get the opportunity to get a lot of those chrome, bombastic, pouch-filled 90s key books. And so this is one that I've always wanted. Not super duper valuable, but $9 for a pretty neat Deadpool cover, I thought was pretty good. All right, now this one I was super excited to see. It is Eagle Comics, Judge Dredd #1. I did not watch the Sylvester Stallone movie when I was growing up. I did watch the newer one with Carl Urban, and my dad and I would watch that all the time, and I thought he was a cool, badass character. I didn't know that he started in comic books, so when I found out, I've been trying to keep my eye out for these, and my attention span has sort of kept this on the fringes, but when I found this in that bin for $15, it was an instant pickup. I think it was $15 because you can see here on the corner, there's like, it's not chew damage, I don't think. I think it's water damage, but it looks like chew damage, whatever it is. But if I hold it back here, you can't tell, and I don't care. And I'll give you a secret. If you take your glasses off, everything's a 9/8. So if I can pick up an awesome cover of a really cool character for cheap, because it's got a little bit of damage on it, I'll do that every time. I got it because of the cover, but I wanted to crack it open and see what the stories were like, and they were great. So really happy with this purchase. Eagle Comics, Judge Dredd #1. The last book that I got at Great Escape was a book that I didn't know existed until I saw it in their new arrivals bin, and I knew that I had to have it. And it is this, Fighting Air Force, I think #31. I am a very simple man. I like old war books with planes and tanks on them. It doesn't take very much to keep me happy, and this is exactly what I want. It does not get much better than that for me. And for $6.99 every single time. I'll buy that every single time. It's damaged, you know, it's from 1962 or whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm just really, really happy to have it. Charlton Comics, Fighting Air Force. So those are all of my pickups for my trip to Nashville. The website of both of those stores will be linked down in the description. And if you are... if you find yourself in Nashville, I would highly recommend going to both of those places. Looking through their bins was a ton of fun and a great way to kill time while I was waiting on my wife to finish having the time of her life at a Fall Out Boy concert. Go ahead and like if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Leave me a comment about which one of those books that I showed off was your favorite. Are you a planes on the cover sort of comic book collector? Are you exclusively superheroes? Are you a sweet 90s book collector? Go ahead and let me know. If you have any suggestions for things that I might like, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I love talking to all of the people that comment on my videos. It makes my day when I see them pop up, and I really enjoy talking to you guys. I would love to do a Q&A video at some point, so if you have any questions for me, about me or my channel or anything at all, leave them down in the comments. They can even be questions not related to me at all, and I'd be happy to give you my opinion on them. So stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be what I got at SC Comic-Con, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.